Hey, welcome to another episode of Disney Dust. DisneyDwayne here. And the last time we spoke about WandaVision, we only watched 2 episodes. So now I feel after watching the whole season, there's going to be a lot more to talk about. And we can also get into some spoilers. Essentially, there's also a making of, or rather, a behind the scenes of WandaVision, which you can find on Disney Plus, which is called Marvel Studios Assembled. And that in itself, watching it also made me want to talk a lot more about the wonders of WandaVision. So you can catch the episode that I first did about the first 2 episodes. And of course, there'll also be a review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is the next offering by Marvel Studios in terms of live action TV series. I did feel that compared to WandaVision, it didn't have the theatrics. And so it wasn't as fabulous. And I didn't quite like it as much, although it definitely was more viewed than WandaVision's premiere episode, apparently. Of course, there are more exciting things to come in that season. So we'll find out more the next time around in another episode of Disney Dust. Meanwhile, back to WandaVision, let's talk about the fact that we now realize that this whole vision is Wanda's, or rather the fact that it's all internal and it's what she has been feeling about her loss of vision and how she's dealt with it in this simulated environment. And so the series itself wraps it all up very nicely in terms of dealing with the loss of vision and even her children and that theoretical reality that she wanted to live in. So that emotional journey was bittersweet, and it ended in a way of acceptance, though, right? So we can move on to the next phase 4 and what's to come for the series, or rather the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe in general. I have to say it was really good and brave storytelling on Marvel's part because it ventured into very unknown territories. I mean, first of all, they transferred from the movie medium to the TV medium, and also no other sitcom or TV series has actually sort of like gone through so many different eras in television filmmaking process. And it's not just a gimmick, it's actually something that ties in to Wanda's character. Wanda loves her TV series. And so I thought that was such a unique thing to do. The actors also had to go through training to learn how to act in different eras. That was a fun thing to do that I didn't even know if I hadn't watched the making of. And the equipment itself was even used to reflect the times, and even right down to the studio audience being actually there. And it's not just canned laughter, but the fact that they were also seated in seats that were off the time. So you didn't get any modern seats. You actually got seats that were made of wood, had a little so it looked very authentic. And so that in itself is a feat, I believe. And in the behind the scenes look, we also basically literally see the wires that create the magic of WandaVision. You see, the witch flying. You see how her magic works, like in Bewitched, where her pots and pans fly in the house. And the creators also share philosophies that go into making the show. And speaking of the witch, we have to talk about Catherine Hahn. She is amazing. Everybody's been saying that she's done such a great job, and she is just so charismatic. Indeed, she's almost stolen the show, Catherine Hahn, playing Agatha, and so charismatic. And actually, I often find that you don't appreciate a show as much until you actually explore the process of making the show. And unfortunately, you only do that also when you actually particularly like a show. So we won't want to explore a show we don't like. But it makes me think, if you actually explore the process of making a show you don't like, you might actually go from not liking it to somewhat liking it. So I think we should give some shows a chance. That's a thought, at least, right? To plant in your head. If you don't like a show, maybe you've also not explored how much work went into preparing a show. Which is why when you're in a stage production or a TV production, actors, crew, everybody, they're all biased already in terms of how much they like the show because they know what goes into it. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Of course, you know my rating on the show. I even forgot what WandaVision is. No, I actually didn't give it a rating because I couldn't have rated it. So I give it a 9 out of 10 or a 9.5 out of 10. Let's be generous here. It's such a great, great effort. A great, great piece of television that will definitely be high on the list of things that we talk about when we just talk about amazing television series of the times. All right, so we're going to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that will be in the next episode. Let me know what your thoughts are in the video description below. Until the next episode, take care.